Hey guys, alright, so today I wanted to come and do a review on something that I wanted to try for a very long time. And by the title, you guys already know what it is. It's the Airbrush system. Airbrush. And this one is from the infamous Luminess Air. For so long, I've always wanted to try Airbrush foundation, just Airbrush makeup in general. And I always pass by the little kiosk that be in the mall just saying, hey, you, come here. You, come here. You wanna try this? Come here, just sit down. So I'm like, no, okay, I gotta go. Yeah, I'll be back. This is the packaging that it comes in. It also comes with the smaller box that actually has all of the foundation. It's just like a starter kit, you know, it's just a beginner kit. So it came with 2 foundations, and I picked the deep kit. And the foundation is a shade 10. And the other shade is a 12, so I have shade 10 and 12. It also came with these smaller bottles. I have a blush, I have a bronzer, I have a Airbrush Glow bottle, and also the moisturizer slash primer. So all of this stuff you can apply with the Airbrush system. Okay, and I'm going to show you me trying to apply all of this stuff. Okay, let me just put out a disclaimer. If this is your first time using the Airbrush system, you're not going to get it on the first try. It comes with like a how-to instruction DVD as well as, you know, a little how-to guide. And I've read this thing from the beginning to the end, watched the DVD from the beginning to the end. I even watched YouTube videos because, you know, YouTube videos are just like my go-to thing. Alright, so here's my little Airbrush system. Like, you can choose different colors. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. Of course, I chose the aqua and white because, I mean, hence. This is the magic wand that you're going to be working with, okay? This is the magic wand. Very cute, professional looking. So when you watch the YouTube videos or either the DVD, it'll tell you how many drops of each product to add to this. But you can definitely add more, you can add less, depending on what your skin actually needs. So I just always started off with like the foundations. I started off with like 6 drops. And then, you know, other times I would need more, just depending on what area I was trying to conceal or cover. But I can say that as far as the foundations go, I was really impressed with the foundations and the coverage. There were certain areas that definitely needed more coverage, so I just, you know, hung out in that area a little bit longer than I would the rest of my face. We'll say that as far as the color match wasn't dead on. It was definitely off. As it dried, it definitely started to look a little muddy. It matched me more when it was wet than it did when it actually dried, okay, when it set. So I wasn't pleased with the color selection or the color match, but the actual finish of it and the coverage, I was definitely impressed as far as the foundations. Now, the other things that came with it, like the moisturizer, the primer, or whatnot, it's probably better as a primer. I didn't feel any, you know, didn't feel like it moisturized my skin. I wanted to actually put more moisturizer on my face. But I didn't want to use anything outside of, you know, the Luminess Air products because I just wanted to get a good review, a good opinion of this. So I just stuck with this. I think it's best as a primer per se than a moisturizer. Also used the Airbrush Glow. Added a couple drops to the actual foundation. I was trying to lighten it up and get something that I could actually conceal with, like underneath my eyes and everything like that, because I still wanted more coverage underneath my eyes. I prefer more coverage underneath my eyes, and then I kind of shear it out going towards the hairline and the, you know, perimeter of my face. I don't need as much coverage around this area. I prefer more coverage like in the inner part here. So that's what I was trying to do, and I do not think this is meant for that, but I tried it anyway. Yeah, it lightened it up, but as it dried, of course, it looked muddy. So I think it's more of the foundation that actually just messed this all up, you know. Did have to go in with my own concealer and fix that part because I knew that, you know, that muddy foundation color was just going to mess everything up. I used this bronzer. Oh my gosh. That glow that the bronzer gives you, love it. You could use it as a body bronzer. You can use it as your face bronzer. You can use this thing to, you know, for photo shoots if you're into photography or anything like that. A couple drops of this would get, you know, spreads a long way. I only use 1 to 2 drops of the bronzer, and it was still too much. Like, I literally probably could use 1 drop for both sides of my face. But of course, you know, I'm just starting out with this thing, and I'm trying to figure out how many drops I need for certain things. So, you know, I figured 2 drops, 1 drop for this side, 1 drop for that side. But 1 drop is enough for both sides of your face, especially if you're just doing the high points of your cheekbones and not anywhere else. But the bronzer, I love this bronzer. Oh my god, it's like liquid gold, and this all over, not all over your body, but like in certain points of your body when you're doing photo shoots would be gorgeous. Okay, the blush, I also use the blush. Let me tell you, this blush is so pigmented. Again, I use 2 drops. Don't need that much. You only need 1 drop for both sides of your face. And I will say this, I would apply it underneath. You can probably apply this underneath your foundation and it still shine through. I actually applied it on top of my foundation, but because my foundation was off and it looked muddy a little bit, I did go over it with a face powder. I just used my Black Radiance powder, very inexpensive, and just went over that lightly, just to give it some color, because it was looking muddy. And I went over everything. I went over the bronzer, I went over the blush, just everything. The highlight colors, I went over everything, and you can see it looks really nicely. Really nice. Now, I'm not sure if I was supposed to set my makeup with the powder, but because the color was off, I just wanted to do a little bit of tweaking with some concealer, and I just used my own concealer and powder. That's the only thing that I did outside of all of the airbrush stuff. And the foundation in the shade 12 is what I used to contour with, which was very dark. Okay, another quick tip would be to apply, I would just do like a color swatch on the back of your hand. You can see how deep it is. Start off with the very light application. This is the level here. This is what determines, this is what can make or break your makeup look. Okay, you definitely want to be light-handed when it comes to moving this thing backwards. Okay, the lighter you are with this lever, the more control you have with the application, with the coverage, with the color pigmentation. So it took me a while to kind of figure that out, but I really do like this. If you guys are interested in trying the Luminess Air, then I'll have their links down below in the description bar for you guys to check out. I also have a coupon code for you guys to get some money off of your airbrush system. So you definitely will be seeing this a lot more in my tutorials. I cannot wait for the summertime to come so that I can actually hit, you know, like my shoulders and everything with the bronzer and actually be glistening, get that sun-kissed glow. So this is going to be a lot of fun to be using throughout my makeup routines now, and so I'm very excited that I have this now. So until the next video, guys, stay flawless, boo. Bye.